up, guys?
Hi, guys.
So some of you wanted us to do some reviews on some things on the Disney cruise, and so we thought we would start out with Palo. And so we're going to talk to you about our review and also some tips for you guys.
So we are going to give you guys just some tips of things you want to maybe know before you book a Palo reservation for brunch or for dinner. And then throughout it, we're just going to kind of give our opinions and just some reviews throughout that. So the first thing you're going to want to be aware of is there is a dress code. So for men, they recommend slacks and a collared shirt. Women, they say a dress, a skirt or pants and a blouse. Jeans are good, which is cool with us because
we love jeans.
We love our jeans. But they say no holes in them, so they have to be nicer jeans. And then the things they say no to are like a lot of like just swimwear attire, shorts, tank tops, flip-flops, basically like cover-ups over your swimsuit. So it is a little bit more formal, and just keep that in mind when you do this.
We were kind of shocked, though, because we were thinking in our mind that it was going to be, like, super, super formal. Now, just so you know.
Formal night attire for dining,
just so you know, I mean, we did the brunch. We didn't do the evening and the dinner. So, I mean, they could be maybe a different kind of, I mean, it's the same attire for both brunch and dinner, but maybe it's more upscale in dinner. I was shocked, though, because we did see people with flip-flops and holey jeans and even shorts. And so I was kind of like, that's weird, but it could be just the brunch. We don't know because we didn't do that dinner.
Right.
But just so you guys understand, like, and kind of know if you want to pack and kind of get ready for your cruise and kind of know what to bring. I wore like just a short sleeve collared shirt. It had like Mickey Mouse on the pocket. I had some really nice black jeans and I had some dress shoes. And so that's kind of what I wore, and I thought we were actually probably one of the ones that were more dressed up for that brunch.
The brunch, yeah. And I just wore like a sundress and some sandals, so it was pretty simple, but yeah.
So just like any good restaurant, reservations are required. And you can do this on the boat if you want, or the ship. My apologies. You can do it on the ship, or you can do it beforehand. And we highly recommend you doing this beforehand. And we have actually a vlog that we kind of showed of when we started booking our excursions, and we had reservations for Palo and things like that. And it was crazy how many times it was getting booked up super fast when we were doing it, because there's actually a time frame when it opens up for the Castaway Club members, and depending on which tier you're on, it has different days for that to open up, and you go in there and you start booking your excursions and your reservations. And it was crazy when we were doing that, how we would switch from one day to the other, and then we were realizing, there's no times. We would go back, and then that day would be filled up. It was crazy. We actually we'll link that vlog below, but it is crucial, and it's a tip from us to make sure you do that beforehand. But Lacey now is going to actually tell you kind of like the time frames that you can, depending on which level you are on, to be able to book that reservation.
Okay, so online reservations for Palo are available at the following times. So if you're a concierge guest, you have 120 days in advance to book that. The Castaway Club levels, like Justin was talking about, there's platinum, gold, and silver. So the platinum is 120 days you can book in advance. The gold is 105 days. And silver, you have 90 days in advance. And if you're a first-time cruiser, you have 75 days in advance to book. So these are the different time frames you have depending on where you are. If you're a first-time cruiser, or if you're platinum, gold, or silver, or concierge, you've got more of an advantage because you've got more days are open. Because there are some key times that people, they want to go there at. So the faster you get that booked, the better. All right, so we're going to share with you guys now the prices if you're curious on that. So this time of the recording, the prices right now are $40 for the brunch or the dinner. So when we went before, it was actually $30, so they just did up those prices. And honestly, I think that is a really great deal. If you've done it before, you may agree. If you haven't done it before, like we did our first two cruises, and we were like, why would we spend extra money when we're already paying to get, the whole package included for the dining rotation?
That was our mindset in the first two cruises, like Lacey was saying, was why pay for something more when we get all these options for free? But we started kind of like looking more into it. We started talking to other people that experienced it. We watched YouTube and we saw other people with reviews, and we're like, you know what? It's $30, now 40, which is still, I mean, crazy worth it.
Yeah.
But we're like, let's just do it. And we
Right.
heard that brunch was fantastic. She likes brunch. I like brunch. And so we're like, why not? Why not? Like, this is our third cruise. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
And do it. Like, I'm just like, if you're a first cruiser, if you're a 30th cruiser and you haven't gone on it, I mean, if you're a 30th cruiser, you'd probably have done it before. And I don't know why you're watching these vlogs if you've done that 30 times. But if you are, thank you for coming. We appreciate you guys being on the channel. Thank you. Anyway, but you should just try it out.
Right.
I mean, what's the worst?
Yeah.
It's $40.
Yeah.
So just some miscellaneous information. Number one, you have to be 18 or older to experience Palo. It is awesome to get away for a little bit, to just have a quiet moment. And that's what it was. It's super quiet.
It is. It's very peaceful. It is, adults only, like Justin said. It's at the aft of the ship, so you can see out the windows, the ocean. So it's a really pretty view. And so the atmosphere is really cool.
So no babies, no toddlers, and it's nice when you have kids to be able to have this excuse of like, hey, sorry guys, like, can't come. It's 18 or older, so it's kind of a nice, like, hey, what's up kind of a thing. We're just following policy kind of a thing, but that's nice.
And just another side note for the brunches is Palo only does those if it's a 4-night or longer cruise.
Yeah, and for the 3-night and under, it's just dinner. You can still do Palo, it's just going to be dinner, not for the brunch.
Right. All right, so now that we got some of the information out for you guys, if you had any questions, I hope those answered it. Now we're going to kind of just share our own personal review and if we'd ever do it again.
There's a menu, but there's also an amazing buffet.
Yes.
And it's not like a Chuckarama, or just some nasty Golden Corral. I mean, that's stuff in Idaho. I don't know if those are chains. You probably have them. It is like super classy buffet. Like, there's caviar. There's like 3,000-year-old cheese. I don't know. It was like crazy good cheese.
Yeah, it's an amazing buffet, and so it's hard to even fathom of like, okay, what are you gonna order now off the menu? Because you're just like
wait. I thought this was
overwhelmed by the buffet. Yeah, at least for the brunch, it was desserts and seafood and cheeses, and
that was crazy.
So it was really cool.
It was crazy when the crab legs weren't the best thing. You know what I mean? Like, the crab legs were like, oh, those are okay. It's a really good buffet when there's that wasn't the top of the thing, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go back to the buffet real fast, and because when we first went there, we're looking around, and we're like, and what happens is your waiter comes out and he starts explaining everything. He starts explaining, okay, we have this over here, we have this over there, and talking about the buffet.
A little tour with him.
Yeah, we go on this
whole
tour of where the food's at. And it was just like your mouth was watering, and you couldn't wait to just start going for it. And it was a kind of a cool experience. So that's really fun to be able to tour that, and you can ask questions, and you can be like, well, what's in that? And if you are gluten-free, they have options like that as well. But it's kind of cool that you're able to ask those questions and have that time with your waiter, which that was really kind of cool.
That was really cool.
Because you got to know him a little bit, and he was a really cool waiter.
Yeah.
And
then you sit down and you get your menu too. So I don't know if actually we got that before or after we did the tour of the food, but that's overwhelming because you're like seeing all this buffet, and then you're like, okay, you want to order food on top of it. So
and we did. Of course.
So, and you can get as much as you want, just kind of like the same if you do the dinner rotations.
Yep.
You can get multiple things
on the menu.
With your, base price, so it's not extra. Yeah, and we did the Eggs Benedict. That was really good.
So good.
Yeah.
We love Eggs Benny. We're huge Egg Benny fans, and that's kind of a thing we always I don't know, it's a weird
always have to try the Eggs Benedict wherever we go. And then I think you ordered the calzone, was it?
Ordered the calzone.
That was really good.
That was amazing.
Yeah. And then I actually, I started getting sick towards the end, so I'm excited to do it again because
we know why she was getting sick, because it was her gluten-free problems. So.
Right, we didn't know it was gluten-free then, but towards the end of it, I think, because I ate so much.
Much carb,
it was a bummer.
Gluten.
Yeah, because I didn't order anything else, because that's when I started not feeling great. But next time, now I know.
So that's kind of all that we got on the menu, just because the buffet was just overwhelming, and we just kept on going back for that. And then they brought us dessert at the end, which, you know, there's already dessert on the buffet. Like,
Yeah.
I was done. I was tapped
lot of
out. And I'm like,
desserts.
I'm done. And then all of a sudden he comes with, like, this, like, molten
Lava cake.
And you just,
Yeah.
like, grab with your spoon, just, like, hot lava, hot chocolate stuff just pours out of it. And it was just,
really
that was
good.
my favorite dessert
Yeah.
in the entire cruise.
Yeah.
I actually ordered it again that evening at the restaurant because, like,
It was really
it
good.
was amazing. It was the best dessert ever. A couple other things that I really liked was I ordered iced tea. In normal restaurants, you get iced tea and they put regular ice cubes on it. But in Palo, they actually had iced tea ice cubes,
Yes.
which was fantastic. And it just tasted so good because,
really
you know,
cool.
when it melts, it's iced
Yeah.
tea.
And I like how they were just so like nonchalant about it. Like, oh, here's your ice cubes. You know, like, did you notice that? It wasn't
Yeah.
anything like special to them. And we're like, whoa, they're
Just
iced tea ice
mind blown.
cubes.
Yeah.
But, and something I actually didn't mention before. So with the $40 price in the brunch, it also includes, you get a mimosa or it's some kind of wine. But if you don't drink alcohol, you can get a sparkling cider. So that's also included. That's not extra for the brunch. So just to keep that in mind too. But yeah.
So would you do it again?
I would definitely do it again. Along with Justin when he was talking about the waiter, that was part of just my part I took from it just to review with you guys. The service was so good, and I feel like Disney service is already great, but and we had a good waiter for all the other dinners for our dining rotation, but the guy that we had at Palo was really great. Like just super.
He was
super
personable,
friendly,
like-
yeah, really personal.
Like it was genuine. It
Yeah.
wasn't just like he had to be there, but he was super genuine.
Yeah.
Like wanted to converse with us, and I don't know.
And they just like, it's just so like, you know, helping you scoot in your chair or helping with your napkin. They're just like, they're just truly there to serve you. I'm just like, oh, it's really nice. So
Yeah.
the service was great for sure. That was one of my big highlights. All right, guys. Well, we hope this review of a Palo Brunch helped you out if you're deciding to do one and you're not quite sure and you wanted some more information. I hope this was helpful. And if you guys have done brunches before and you want to share some more comments on things we may have missed, or just some reviews on things with dinner, because that's something we haven't done, we want to. So we're going to look into that for our next cruise. Go ahead and just put those comments below.
It really is worth it. Like that is our review of saying just do it. It's save up a little bit of money because it is worth it. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Smash that like button, and we'll see you next week for our next RZ roll. Later,
Bye.
guys. What do you got here?
Caprese salad. This was a white chocolate something dessert. I love white chocolate. Salmon.
I just had that. It was phenomenal.
Really?
It was like a shot of coffee, but in dessert. That was great.
You guys want to make some different cheeses?
All those cheeses are great. That's honeycomb, right?
Yes.
So that is like the purest honey I've ever had in my entire life right there. Yep, it's good. It's all good.